Good evening, everyone. It's Miss Priss from Miss Priss's Diamond Painting Boutique. Let's talk about this canvas. Starry Night, Night Music, offered by Diamond Art Club. You know, when I first started working with this canvas, it was a square drill. I started working on it while working on another square drill canvas, and I was new to diamond painting. This was the second diamond painting I ever bought. No, that's not true. It's the first Diamond Art Club square painting that I bought with one other. I bought two other round drill squares, but I really wasn't feeling those drills because they were beginners, and I understood the concept behind diamond painting, so I wanted something a little bit more challenging. So I ordered this canvas and another one off Amazon. And this canvas is so important to me, and I'll tell you why. Let me give you a backstory. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, but I grew up on waterfront property in a place called Canarsie. We had an apartment, and my parents' bedroom overlooked the Jamaica Bay. Now, Jamaica Bay is the body of water that you see if you're flying into JFK Airport. And it was breathtaking. And I was there when the Supersonic was still flying out. And it was this huge, beautiful bird that was so loud that it would set off the alarms on the cars in the neighborhood. But we didn't mind it because it was so beautiful. And then the Supersonic was grounded, never to be flown again. But Jamaica Bay was still there. And so we lived there for many, many years. We lived in that place for, I want to say, 15 years. And then we moved to South Carolina. Now, going back to the place that overlooked Jamaica Bay, we would look out the window and we would look at the water. And then eventually we stopped looking out the window at the water because we knew it was always going to be there. Okay, move forward to 1999, 2000. We moved to South Carolina. And I've said this before, when you live in New York City, you don't see bodies of water unless you live in waterfront property, which is rare in New York. And another thing you don't see are the stars in the sky because of the large skyscrapers. But like I said in a previous video, my first night in South Carolina, I've gone there to visit, but as a kid, so I didn't appreciate it like I did when I moved there. I looked up at the night sky and I saw all of these stars that I never saw a sky like that before. I was awestruck. I was a little freaked out. And it was an overwhelming feeling. I've never seen anything like that. I've seen a full moon, but I never saw a starry night. And I lived there for 25 years. And eventually, just like Jamaica Bay, it was there every night. I took it for granted. But I don't live there anymore. I still live in the South, but the starry nights are not as massive because I don't live in a city. I still live in the South. I don't live in a city, but where I live is more densely populated, hence more light. So, you know how they say, you really don't appreciate something until it's gone? Well, I really appreciate the view of Jamaica Bay. And I really appreciate the starry nights of South Carolina. I miss those two things. I miss them because of their beauty, and I also miss them because of all the memories of living in those places. And so when I got towards the middle of this diamond painting and started adding the ABs that made up the stars in the sky, all of a sudden, all these memories of South Carolina just started flooding my mind. And this diamond painting, just like the shimmering succulents that I made for my mom, is very important to me because it reminds me that we take things for granted, and then when they're gone, we wish we had spent more time with either people, places, or things that we deemed to be beautiful, that brought us joy, and just made us happy. And that's what this canvas, Starry Night, does for me. A very simple, unassuming canvas, but yet so meaningful and so powerful to me that I had to come on here tonight and share this with you. And I guess what I want you to take away from this video is that look at, appreciate those things that you are starting to take for granted. Don't take them for granted anymore. If there are people in your life that you love so much, spend time with them. Tell them how much they mean to you. If you see a beautiful night sky, take pictures of it. Buy a telescope. Write about it. Take pictures. If you have a work of art that you love, cherish it. Be sure you have a plan for if disaster strikes, because I had a fire where I lost everything. And that's a whole other video. But I lost objects that meant a lot to me. Like the portrait, the charcoal portrait of me as a little girl, maybe 2-3 years old. And it was drawn at the World's Fair in New York. I lost that in a fire. Anyway, I can be sentimental. I really can be sentimental. And that's just who I am. But when I buy my diamond paintings, this is how I will begin to choose them from now on. Not only because they're beautiful, But like Dreamer Design says, their motto is, what is their motto? What story will the canvas tell? Something like that. I don't remember. But each of my pieces that I choose to work on, as I'm working on them, I'm asking myself, why am I devoting the time and the energy to working on this canvas? What is it that it evokes in me? And sometimes the answers do not come right away. For, like, if you saw one of my videos about shimmering succulents, the one I was working on with my mom, there was a story to that, and it didn't hit me until I was halfway finished with it. And just like with this canvas, Starry Night, it didn't hit me as to why I was so drawn to the canvas until I got to the upper part of the night sky. And then I related it to other things. And the story was, and even though this is not a Dreamer Designs canvas, the story is, what do I take for granted? And I'm not going to take those things for granted anymore. The biggest thing I'm never going to take for granted is life. Life. You know, time just flies by so fast. I can't believe that I've worked and I'm retired and I'm at this stage in my life. It goes by so fast. So don't take anything for granted. And if the night sky is a thing of beauty to you, take pictures, write about it, write a poem, write some songs. Just don't take anything for granted. That's my takeaway with this canvas and with Shimmering Succulents. So it's going to be interesting to see what stories I have to tell about future canvases that I work on. So with that, I bid you adieu, and I wish you a wonderful evening. Peace be with you, and remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Good night.